Okay.
Valentina.
Okay,
Pretty standard.
fair answer.
I mean, in that way, too, probably the best thing that you want to take is the Nether Realm, right? Now as we get to it, the rotation started. The drums beating here for the Raiders. They're ready to see a similar kind of start here. We'll see if this time H2O has a better start in that jungle especially.
I'm legit scared for Omega because, not for Ryota for sure, because this is a really good lane for him, but imagine facing up against, facing up against a good early game lineup with Harith, and you have late game scaling heroes in the form of Roger as well as this Nathan, and then you also have the Florin, which kind of doesn't front for you. It's a scary spot to be in, but a gamble nonetheless, because it means that if we go to a late game situation, oh my, they are very strong.
And aggressive. The pressure onto this EXP onto Ryota focuses more like a starting pattern for RSG. So from XP lane to gold lane, I think it's all about how they could actually start similarly. But depends how they want to pull this off. Again, Omega is looking for a way to amp up their early game. With this expensive lineup, we see how Nathan, we see how, again, X-Borg could actually win a mid to late game situation, but it depends on how you want to start your early game.
Well, with that, again, at this point in the game, nothing too crazy happening. And this could, when I say that, that's probably a good thing for Smart Omega. Nothing too crazy happening. Just get that farm up the best you can. Get your positioning on lockdown. Now, the fact that they don't have level 4 just yet on a couple of the members is something they want to get figured out here really quickly, unless they just stall it out. That could be the best game plan for them. Maybe even to the point where it's like, hey, give up this first turtle. Maybe not even contest it. It might go that way here. OSX, it looks like it is. We have H2O just making his way to this top side of the map, waiting for that purple buff to be available. So maybe that's the plan of the game. Slow it down, do the best we can.
It's a slow and steady process. If you have a Nathan and you have a Florin with you in the early game, probably what you can do is just start on your own momentum, especially with your lane. We're talking about the late game damage potential or the walking condition of Barangay Omega. It can count on with H2O, it can count with Ryota, even for Jome, but it requires time and even momentum. It depends on how they want to get a kill for even for Jome. So this will actually be in check on how will the lanes be pressured, if they can, or even them can get a counter pressure with RSG. Because right now they're rotating freely across the map, and slowly they're building up with the lead, 1.1k.
I'll tell you this, man. Even with nothing, nobody's going down, right? RSG, oh, hold on.
I'm offended, be good, connects to Akira. He forced out a resource, but RSG was just starting with the poke and pressure.
As I was saying, with no bodies going down, RSG still holding on to this little minor lead. So, and when we go back to where Wolf was mentioning, like, hey, you know, it's kind of, he didn't like that last pick because the Nathan got brought up, and then you already have that Roger there. So it's like, it is an expensive lineup. Now, what could really work here, hold on, Demon Kite already showing the presence like they did before into this side of the jungle here. Can they do anything about it?
They're trying to bring up the pressure, but Light started with the initiation setup. First blood on RSG. Now just contesting this orange alone, they continually successfully get a resource out of H2O.
Oh, that's tough. Again, H2O struggling to get these buffs on this Roger.
This is the problem for Omega. They got away with it yesterday, and now they tried it twice against RSG, and it's not working, unfortunately.
I'm offended. Now there's no Faraga armor for Ryota. Now he's forced back in his own turret. Turtle is up, not looking good for the XP lane to be in this contention, but RTZ and Light sees opportunity to take him down, and Light secures the kill. And Demon Kite freely, Appraiser's Wrath being used, but meanwhile up top, hold that. Jome on 3/4 HP. Demon Kite secures the turtle, and Omega brings back pressure and response to the gold lane of RSG.
Vengeance Tyrant. Interesting.
H2 being taunted, Synchro Vision connecting onto him, forced out of the Nether Realm. Now RTZ going back and forth, dashing in through. H2 falls. Kusei gets that one.
Oh, that's tough. Again, in a matter of what, maybe a minute or so, minute and a half or so, RSG's found themselves with a nice, comfortable lead at this point, right? They got a couple kills, they got the objectives they were looking for, and then, like that, they find themselves in this position where Smart Omega, it already feels like their backs are against the wall. So if they can get a kill on any of these, on anyone, hopefully specifically Jome at some point, he's got that feather, and you know that might be enough to win a small skirmish with the sustainability they have. But right now, they're having a hard time. Speaking of Jome,
Light, so the
concealed
concealed
play.
Jome is just the only one left for
man.
Barangay Omega.
Oh!
He flickers out, Demon Kite secures him, you're not going back home! He falls! Now another one being terrified, H2O being in trouble, RTZ secures another kill. Ryota looking for a way to go and respond and give some support back to Barangay Omega, but it's too late. The RSG is eyeing on the first tier turret in mid of Omega, and they take it down securely.
Yeah. How about that prediction from Demon Kite?
yeah,
He dashed to where H2... Oh, sorry. Yeah. It was Jome. To where Jome will be flickering in. Gets the kill afterwards. Great job coming out from Mr. Cedric, a.k.a. Demon Kite.
oh, still
Again,
going.
that's the pull. I'm offended play by Light. He secures down
God.
Jome. That's Nats with the double kill. That's
Oh.
Insanity using for a way to escape
Arteezy.
Arteezy. Now using that against H2O and Rebo. Now they're going to the
my.
base. Synchro Fission takes him down. And I'm lost for words, mumbling upon what happened. RSG just showing dominance of this moment in time in the game. Same moment. It's an 8K gold lead at 7 minutes.
It's flashbacks, gentlemen, from the previous game. 9,000 nearly ahead against Smart Omega at the 7-minute mark. And once again, they found themselves in a position where we can't do anything but stay together and deal with it. And Light and Kosei this time dealing with a lot of this. So again, if you're RSG, you have this kind of lead. That's now the third turtle in your favor. You're going to continue to work on these objectives, get the space you need. Smart Omega, what can they do here?
Shadow Stampede connecting
Man.
onto Nats. Will they be able to secure
you
this
kidding
pick off?
me?
Nats is trying to get away. Vragarm is out for Ryota. He won't be able to escape this one. Nats secures the kill. He is on a killing spree. And RSG continues
no.
to take one. Jome forced out the Nether Realm onto Okir. Kusei right in front of H2O. They can't do anything about it. And Omega retreats back to base.
Oh, are you kidding me? Nats escapes that. And he utilized his champ stance to dodge H2. I mean, it was a knockout strike. The ultimate threads the needle. Didn't rely on the knockup, and really, that's masterful Makito play coming out from Nats. Woo. So
Again,
difficult.
It's the... Oh, wow.
at this point of the game, you're just waiting. RSG gets the shields down from these turrets, and they're going to go ahead and get this lowered in a
Jome.
minute. Jome, though, at least trying to find
Overstayed.
something.
Oh,
He
it's over.
overstayed.
He's overstayed.
gone,
over.
but he
Light
gets the turret.
spotted Jome. Overstayed his presence. That's the I'm offended. Be good. Be good, says Light. Arteezy takes him down.
Oh, man. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, everyone's like, all right, let's go for Navs. But right now, that's not going to work either.
Oh, God. Wow!
Confidence.
H2O receives a chunk of damage from Nats' jabs.
Kite might reach Ryota.
Oh, Ryota using that last insanity to get back to his turret safely. And Omega now being pushed again in their own base.
Burned the last insanity for that, but that's a low cooldown ultimate anyways. However, 9 minutes, 11,000 gold lead for RSG. Might even be worse from game number 1. And like I said, I'm scared for Omega's lineup because it's very late game dependent. And we're looking at the actual weak link here for Omega, which is them relying on items for both of their cores. So this is H2 as well as Jome being so item dependent that they don't have any strength at all in the early to the mid stages of the game.
Wow. Another objective, and that's the Lord for RSG.
So they're going to find themselves in that same position.
Same scenario in game number 1. One turret only taken out from RSG.
Kusei gets the purple.
Oh, stolen.
It's
No.
uptime to the highest point for the Harith.
Not to mention,
It's completely online.
Kosei can literally just throw himself in this team fight, pop the Vengeance and bob and weave through the Zaman Force and be completely fine. At that stage, Smart Omega, I mean, they really have to hope to hold on. They have to hope that this Nether Realm and the heals for the Blooms can keep them in this game. They're going to go for it now.
Shadow Stampede looking for a way to catch one. That's a Sprout, connecting onto Light. Ryota, wow. Faraga armor melted right away. Going back to the base to recall and regen his armor back. Lord is pushing in down bottom. Waves as well. Can they defend? That's the stun. Kusei gets the stun. RTC has the ultimate of the Faramis. Meanwhile, Nats just pushing in the last tier turret in mid. Lord being melted down quickly. Now RTZ still has the ultimate. No resources committed just yet. But hold that thought. RTZ used the ultimate. By the way, still looking for a way to get back that cooldown up. Base is open. The question is, will RSG officially take this? But there's still waves pushing. And Omega still defending.
It's flashbacks, guys.
Flashbacks,
Same
definitely.
thing.
15K nearly.
Yeah. I'm sure that, yeah, Panda really did share some words to them after that game. Because the way that they behaved in that push, nevertheless, it doesn't change the fact that Omega is still struggling. How many? I think, and I'm going to guess this. I think the only time that Omega can turn this around is fastest 18 minutes, standard 23 minutes. That's how long they should try to save themselves and try to weather the storm. So this is a countdown. They need 8 minutes from now of staying alive.
8 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, Barangay Omega needs 8 minutes to activate a damage out of this lineup. An expensive lineup to pull off with RSG's dominance and waves pushing in. Can they survive? Can they pull down even a member out of RSG?
Even with 8 minutes, it's going to seem like a long time for them with this kind of deficit to work from. And, you know, we're 30 seconds away from the Lord, and if they learned anything, if RSG learned anything from the previous game, I don't think they don't press any of this situation. They're like, you know what? They definitely had some words like Wolf said. We're going to go ahead, secure this Lord in 10 seconds, and then we'll go in for the push. And that's when Light can unleash, right? That's when you expect that flicker combination to come through with this Ruby, possibly even put pressure from Navs with the Bakito. So really, when you wait for this
Same thing with Sand Demon Kite, man.
When you wait for it to set up here, Smart Omega, they have to kind of check themselves, like, are we in a position to stay in this game with this kind of deficit? We need those next 5 minutes if we can. So how do you go about that? When you're down this far and you have this kind of lineup, how do you stay in this game?
Orange and purple taken out as well,
Just
stolen.
Clear the waves. The waves, the minions, top priority for Omega. Because that is the only time where they cannot, where RSG cannot end the game. If there are no minions in front, and that's the only thing I can say. Fortunately for Omega, they have Borg and Borg, Faramis, and Nathan. So they got that covered.
That's what I was going to say. So, like, defense-wise, their lineup should be able to hold at least a defense, but we'll see if RSG lets them.
Now the base is open for the Raiders to take. Now what's the call? What's the setup? Ryota, no Faraga armor. Lord is up pushing onto the crystal, and it's done! RSG coming in hot with a power spike. They continue their winning streak.